Good morning, everybody. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to start off with Animal Crossing like usual, but then we're going to kind of chill out and do some artsy stuff. You know? I don't do enough artsy stuff. In fact, I don't really do any artsy stuff on my channel. And I really need to. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just slacking is what I'm doing. So, I got a couple ideas of what I'm wanting to do. I don't have anything like concrete, so. Let's get this horrible hat hair going. It's too hot to wear the hat. The hat's comfy, but it's too hot to wear it, so. Mainly because I just ate some hot food and drinking hot coffee, so. It's 10:04, yes, I know I'm a little bit late getting started. But I am Nate. I am your host, Nate Gullion. Thank you, Shever. Every time I hear that name, I know it means goat, but it just makes me think of, like, Chevron. From, specifically from Stargate, even though that they're not, you know, the term Chevron is not from Stargate. That's what it makes me think of. Croton? Croton? I don't know what that is. I guess I will go see. Trilobite, got it. Amber, got it. I wish it was like highlighted. Trilobite. Man, I'm having some like not so good luck with those. So no, open that. Thank you. Croton. I don't know what that is. I still don't know what that is. That'll be weird. Oh yeah, I wanted to put. I can sell the Arc de Triomphe. But I want to put the model piece down. This is very like medieval. Oh, I can walk on it. Oh, that's like the only piece I can like walk on. Weird. Okay. Bam. It'd be cool if those like connected. If you bought like a bunch of those and put those side by side, if the texture's connected, that'd be nice. I mean, the grass would, but I don't think the dirt would actually. I don't think that texture would change any, but that'd be really cool. Were that the case? So I can sell that. Let me go ahead. I got a bunch of February tickets down here. Oh gosh, so dark at first. I don't think I need an axe. Is these February tickets? These are February tickets. So let me pick those up. So I can drop all of them in one stack, one go. Now, hold on. Let's be responsible energy savers and turn off the lights. I don't think I ever even have the lights on in the house upstairs. Because the natural lighting is so nice. It's so good. Like, my whole house is illuminated. Anything else happening on the notice board lately? For my most prized possession, belonging even, in one of the F acres. I know it's a waste, but I guess I just don't care. Finders keepers from Bones. Crap. No, throw it out. At least the newer games let you get rid of those. Look at that money. I'm getting very accustomed to the 10 a.m. song. Oops. Like, there's so many songs in this game that I just never hear because I'm not awake or playing at the time. Like, when I have the opportunity. Alright, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh yeah, and I don't need to go to the museum, like, at all. Because those are just ready to sell, so... Kind of a shame. I like the museum. That needs to get worked on as well. I want to take on some of these tougher art texture projects. Some of them are like really, some of them are really tough because some of them are broken into multiple pieces, and knowing what you're looking at is very difficult sometimes to figure out like what, because you have to know what you're working on to kind of upscale it sometimes, because you don't know, you have to know what it's supposed to look like, and when it's all put together you can see, but sometimes if you're just seeing like a sleeve or something, it's just like I don't know what this is. It's not always as simple as just looking at the texture and going, okay, that's goodness, can I like, you can't, I wish I could combine the bags, that'd be helpful. Oh well. You can definitely tell like the new textures from the old textures. Even if you couldn't tell on the textures themselves, the little circle is like smooth on the new textures, and the old textures is all like pixelated. Okay, let's go in the police station. Because those each have their own circle. Hey, one! Hello, penile person. And also, hi, OG bearded robot. How are you guys doing today? So I'm actually gonna do some art stuff today. I'm gonna play some Animal Crossing for a bit, and then I'm gonna do one of two things. I'm gonna either work on the texture project and actually do some textures on stream, or I'm gonna work on my own like channel art stuff, which is also going to be kind of Animal Crossing themed. I haven't decided which I want to do yet, but I'm gonna actually, instead of just having like the whole screen be the game, am I cross-casting? I don't know what that means. Like, oh, like with different websites? I only stream to Twitch, if that's what you're asking. I considered, because there's like things, there's sites out there that can like push your stream and everything to other sources, but I kind of really found my home here on Twitch. And I also don't like the idea of... I feel like it's very impersonal to stream to multiple sites and be addressing chat for each site. Really? Not allowed to? That is good to know. It's really good to know. But no, I feel like it's very impersonal. That way I can just talk to... I'm always addressing you guys right here on Twitch. I'm assuming I'm allowed to do separate streams on other sites, right? If I ever decided to do something like that. I don't really need to, but... Watermelon paper. But I get that that's like a different thing than... Oh yeah, also this is one of the updates, is a lot more of the textures in the police station have been done. Like the flooring, I believe that book and the phone are done now, the desk. Like pretty much... I think actually everything in here is done now. I mean, aside from the items, but the items aren't technically part of the... I guess he's got to get finished. But yeah, that's exciting that the... Lisa... There's so much that, upload VODs on YouTube until 24 hours has passed. I mean, I do. Huh. You can't. I technically do upload to Twitch in less than 24 hours, but I don't publicize them. Man, I need to like do some reading up on my Oh, no. I just talk as if people are there no matter what. That way I'm not just silent when there's nobody here. That way if somebody just comes in and lurks, they're not just watching me walk around silently. I just talk to whoever's there to listen. But that is also good to know that I shouldn't be publicizing my YouTube. Well, I don't know. I never read the fine print. You should know that. But yeah, so we're gonna do some artsy stuff today, so I'm excited. I wanted to kind of, I don't know. I always feel like I'm wanting to change stuff with my channel. It's very hard when you stream this much to keep it fresh for yourself. So I wanted to kind of keep things fresh and make sure that I was doing stuff that made not only everybody else happy, but myself happy. Can I like... There's like not a good... I don't think I can get... No, it's not. Can't do it. We'll do here and here. There we go. There we are. That was fortunate. Found that pretty early on. But no, I do upload. But yeah, like I said, they don't ever go live because I usually want to have a delay on them anyways. You a cow thing? Seriously, you've never heard of this game. So, no, actually, I'm just a person that's just like a hat with horns on it. The newer games actually have different hairstyles and stuff, and different hats you can wear even. But in this game, the girls, like guys are just bald, I guess, and they always have hats. Like if you change the shirt, the hat changes with it. And the girls have like a little like cone, like princess party hat almost. Basically this is it's a life sim game. So the idea is like you've just moved into this town, full of animals, and you name the town whatever you want to name it. And you name yourself whatever you name yourself, and then you move to this town without having money or a place to live. So good old Tom Nook is like, fine, I'll let you have this house, but you're gonna like owe me for the house. So then you basically go around and collect money and stuff and pay him back, and then after you pay off the house, he's like, well, do you want a bigger house? Because I can like upgrade your house for you. I can expand on your house. And then you're like, well, of course I do. And he's like, all right, but now you owe me for this. And so it's like it's like a debt simulator. But it's never like, oh, you've got like bills where there's never like a deadline for anything. It's just as you get money that you want to put toward, you don't even have to pay off the house. You just, if you want to upgrade the house again, you have to pay off the house. So it's like your own sort of incentive without a whole lot of pressure. There's various things to do like fishing, catching bugs, digging up fossils. It's all based in real time. So it is it's February 19th on Tuesday, and it's 10:18 a.m. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. At least this is like not so again, not so high pressure. The big charm of this game is it has hundreds, especially as you get into the newer games, they added more and more. This is the original. This is the original Animal Crossing for GameCube, which I've modified to be widescreen, and then I also I'm a part of a texture project. I'm very excited to be a part of a texture project. I'm officially credited. I'm officially credited as a texture artist for the texture pack now, which is super exciting. So it's an ongoing work in progress texture pack that a big old group of us dedicated Animal Crossing fans are working at, basically going over all the old textures by hand, essentially. I mean, it's digital, but you know what I mean. We're not just like tossing them in a program and saying upscale this. We're doing it. We're tracing over the original textures and sorting them back where they need to go, and basically putting them in a big old file that you can download even in the progress. Like, you can download the version I'm streaming right now. You can download it and load it over the game in Dolphin. And it's pretty great. Oh my god, it's a Master Sword. And there's a lot of other Nintendo IPs that sneak into this game. But it was very exciting. Yeah, I didn't know I'd actually get like we have a Discord for what we to keep in contact with everybody and kind of figure out what's what and what are we doing. And they gave me like the little role, texture artist, and I'm like, ooh, that's so cute. Ooh. So very exciting stuff. And it's nice to actually put. I mean, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. You can buy all this stuff February 28th. When is that Sunday? When is the 28th, guys? It's Thursday. Oh. So not this Thursday, but like the following Thursday. Yes. He's quite the crook. That's the whole joke. Is that he's the only store in town. So he's the only place you can buy things from, really. Well, there's a few traveling merchants and stuff, but for very specific items. But he's the only store in town. So he's the only place you can buy stuff from. He's the only place you can sell to. Oh yeah, so all the villagers will like move in and out, and you can like befriend them, and they'll send you to run errands for them and everything. And it just like, it's the most realistic, I guess, life sim I could like what's the word I could even think of, because while it doesn't feel like real life, it does feel like you are in this world. You do get very immersed, and the fact that you very rarely see similar dialogue. These are gyroids. So in this game, on the GameCube, it didn't have the processing power to basically run multiple people, where you could run, because all these houses are for real players, but it couldn't run multiple people playing in the same area at once. In the same game at once. So the idea is, it's where I save. He's my personal assistant. But I can like store items, or I can leave like a note or something. I could put like a graphic on my door or whatever. And so when somebody else hops on their game, they can come over and see if I've left them something, or they could buy something, because I could be my own merchant. I could put stuff on there to sell, and somebody else can load up and be like, oh, Nate has this item for sale, cool. So me and my boyfriend tend to play. He hasn't played on this town yet. I need to actually make him a character still, but no, it's the fact that because it's based in real time, you do kind of run out of stuff to do. After, like, you can probably make filler time. Oh my god, dude. Scrumps, how you doing? It has been so long. Are you off today? Why? How are you here? It's like a cross. It's a weird sort of thing. I really like it. I really like how it works. Nope. Are you on here at work, you naughty boy? You still working at that one place that I won't reveal because that's probably private, but it's a neat place to work. Leaving for work soon. I saw that you were streaming Mario 64 with chat interaction last night. I'm gonna have to check that out and stream that sometime. That looks so cool. Well, I didn't know if you wanted it out there. I don't know. I think it's cool. Like, I know it's not like the biggest, like, a lot of people like talk trash about Family Guy and everything, but it's still like a major network television show, so that's still pretty bragging worthy. Like, I would be going around telling everybody, I'm like, I fucking work at Family Guy. But I like Family Guy. I don't watch it anymore. I'm a horrible friend. I'm sorry. Mainly because I just don't have television anymore. But oh yeah. So I'm probably the textures I'm gonna work on today. Couldn't get. Oh no, that's a bummer. I'm gonna have to like look at it and kind of see if I can't figure it out, because that sounds like a lot of fun. So Scrumplet, it's been forever since I've gotten to talk to you. I'm working on a texture project for this, which actually, if you're interested in becoming a part of it, you can totally. I don't even watch it, my dude. I mean, but I'm a part of a texture project. We're basically retexturing all of the original Animal Crossing for GameCube to make it look good on HD displays. So this, I mean, you can kind of see most of this has already been done. Let me actually, so that's, I mean, it's minimized, so it looks a little bit stretched out at the moment, but okay, so that's what it looks like now with the new textures on. And that's what it looked like before. That's the original textures for GameCube. And then that's like our HD textures. They look good up to like 4K, and we're really proud of them, and we've been working hard on it. And I'm gonna work on some of those today on stream. I'm gonna work on the letters. I'm gonna work on, so you can see how like each letter in the game, each letter type has like its own like design and everything. So this is watermelon. It's supposed to kind of look like a watermelon. That, yeah, I definitely. So I'm gonna go probably try to do some of the letters. But a lot of the environmental stuff, I mean, we got a huge team of people. But if you are interested in, send me a private message on Discord and I can totally get you in that Discord and in touch with people. I know you're probably super busy, but if you're interested, we could always use more artists. It's also the same group of people that are working on translating the Animal Forest E+, the Dobutsu no Mori E+, which was after this game released on GameCube in the US, and they released another version of it with more features in Japan. So basically, this team is like translating the Japanese from it. Oh, I already got the, what am I checking for Money Rocks? I already got the Money Rock. I'm so used to spending like my whole time doing this. Repainted. I mean, it's totally, the reason we're doing this, because we like the original art style. It's just that it's dated. They look very old, pixely and everything. So, and you can kind of see some of the textures that haven't been replaced. Like this tree hasn't been replaced, but the leaves have, because the leaves are universal. But like the water and everything, like some of this looks really, I'm really happy with how some of it looks, the water and everything. I really feel honored to have gotten to be a part of the project, and I'm now officially credited, because the one texture I've done so far is the in fact, I haven't sent it off. Hold on. The the unappraised fossil is the one texture I've added so far. Games Japan just like meme shit. Working with existing storyboards. Yeah, I would have no idea what that really means, but I know it's cool. But yeah, we're just like a good dedicated fan base for the original Animal Crossing, because the original game, like, a lot of people think this is like the best Animal Crossing. That it kind of, and I'm excited about new Animal Crossings and stuff, but I definitely agree that this one had a certain amount of charm that the new ones didn't have. So that's why we're just trying to prolong its life. It's like, if you have Dolphin, then at least this way you can be playing. There's my texture, yay! And it still look up to date. It still look up to date, which is good. Scrumplet's a pretty cool dude. If you want to hear his dulcet tones, dulcet sounds so like it sounds like such a negative thing, but it's a nice thing. We did way back in the day when I just did YouTube. If you go to my YouTube channel, we did yes, Scrumplet. we did a Donkey Kong 64 playthrough. And it was so good. It was like a nightmare. It was a nightmare. One of my other friends who does Let's Plays just started playing through it. Under unassuming IDs. Ooh. I mean, I'm famous. Do you know me? I'm famous. I feel like a lot of people do. But no, our Donkey Kong 64 was great. It's actually like, I think it's a good game, but it was very nightmarish for us because of the pressure of being on Let's Play and trying to like be constantly making progress and everything. It was it was a nightmare, especially the end of the game was so freaking stressful. But we played through the whole thing. It's not a good. I liked it, but yeah, one of my friends recently started playing it. She's just like, "This is awful," and I'm just like, "Oh, honey, oh, honey, you do not know what you've gotten yourself into." Ooh, It's a very funny Let's Play though. Like that's the one Let's Play that I'm like, nah. If you want to go see some quality Let's Play content of mine, it was really good because Scrumplet and I had some wonderful on-screen chemistry. We just don't play so much anymore because we're so busy. We're so busy. Our schedules always conflict. I do too. I want to do more. I want to do more Let's Plays. Now that I'm doing this full time, I actually have time to record and edit and stuff. Also, hold on. Dakota, check out my podcast. I started a podcast and it's so good. I'm so proud of it. I spent 13 and a half hours editing the second episode because it was 2 hours and 30 minutes long of raw audio. Edited it down to an hour and 8 minutes, and the flow is so good and so nice, and I sound like I actually am a good podcaster, which is not true. Streaming is easier. I will say it's only again, it says right there, it's only on YouTube at the moment, but I feel like even then you can pull up YouTube on the travel or something. It's good. I'm really proud of it. We got 2 episodes out so far. We're really having fun with it. Want to do more. And at some point here, I will actually put it on the regular places, the typical podcasty places like iTunes and whatnot, but very excited about that. And it got me really excited about editing again because I really feel good about my editing skills. I put a lot of time into that. So I definitely want to do more, and that's why I'm like, I want to get back into Let's Plays as well. Streaming is easier, but I definitely feel like the quality is down because it's all live production and my brain doesn't work good. Like even now I'm just kind of aimlessly wandering around the town. Yes, I think that's like the stupidest thing for YouTube. I really hate that. I really hate that, to just like silence your you can't like lock your phone and put it in your pocket. Like, nope, you want to do that, you gotta pay us $10 a month. I'm like, which is not that much money, but it's still just, it's the principle of the thing. Like, really YouTube. So that's why I am planning on putting it on the typical, again, it's gonna be on Spotify, it's gonna be on iTunes. I get it, it's just in beta right now, guys. But at least right now, because YouTube is free, I can upload it to YouTube for free. That's why I've got it on YouTube right now, because it costs me hosting. It costs me money out of pocket to use the hosting sites and everything. So, because I don't have my own servers for that. So I want to do that, but just be patient. In the meantime, at least it is good. I'm very proud of it, but it makes me want to do more Let's Plays and stuff because I really like editing. And at some point, I'm not at that point at the moment. I'm gonna take all these from the dump and just sell them for profit. At some point, I may, if I get more into Let's Playing again, I may ease off of streaming some to do more Let's Plays, and have more dedicated, instead of streaming every day of the week. Yes, seriously, yeah, message me anytime, dude. Even if we can't, like, even if it's like exchanging messages as we can, like phone tag or whatever, I'm totally down with that. We need to talk more. I miss you, brother. Mwah. You're beautiful. It's good. It's good for that. Hey, Pasta, we were just talking about our podcast. How's it going? This is my co-host, everybody, the lovely Pastaroni Ravioli. Ooh. But I maybe oh, not the Master Sword. I bought that for a reason. At some point in the future, I would like to potentially like take a few days off from streaming a week, each week, that I have those dedicated to recording and editing Let's Plays. I never get those kisses. Well, I'm sorry. But I haven't gotten to that point yet. I would like to start doing some Let's Plays with the boyfriend when he has time to record Let's Plays with me. We've been playing a lot of Mario, or New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe in our free time, which we haven't been recording, but we should have. There have been so many funny moments because it's just, he's been playing Mario and I've been playing Luigi, and we've been doing the voices, and it's just, it's just been, like you can pick each other up, so I just kept picking him up whenever he'd die a bunch. I'm like, how can you, brother? And I like hop around with him from platform to platform. I'm like, don't worry, I got you, brother. It's the main thing. It would have been hilarious. The main thing is like the time. We usually can't play for too long at a time, and then this is not like the most comfortable environment to hang out in and record and stuff. I don't have like I have like these wooden stools. They're bad for my. There's no support. Stop it! No, there's nothing sexual about it. So we usually play in the living room, lounging back in recliners and stuff where it's comfortable. I don't mind being in here so much, but it's not very comfortable for the boyfriend. So when we have time to properly sit in here and play, maybe, but haven't done it yet. There's a lot of games I want to stream, or not stream. I think I want to do those as Let's Plays. That way, one, again, I like doing Let's Plays. It'll give me time. It'll give me something to edit. Stop it. Stop being inappropriate on my stream. And then, brain, work with me here. I'm drinking coffee. It's not helping. It's not helping my brain at all. So that's the other reason I want to edit it down so that it's just like, you just get the goofs. You get the good stuff. I mean, that is streamer life. That is literally streamer life. It's like, this is not comfortable, but it's a good place to, like, it's not a good place to hang out and play games, but it is a good place to stream. Like, my whole setup, I mean, you guys can't see it, but my entire wall back here is a green screen. Like, it's really good to stream in, but it's just not comfortable to, I'm fine. It's just not comfortable to, like, hang out in. Ooh, fancy. I worked really hard on this. So it's a good streaming room, it's just not comfortable. I would like to have, like, some of those, like, really fancy bar stools with the backs to them and, like, actually some, like, cushion or something. Like, look at, this is, like, I had this when I was, like, a little kid. My parents had it for their work. Like, it's just, like, a fucking little wooden shitty bar stool, which I kept because of nostalgia reasons, but it's not a very comfortable stool to sit on. Let's do some artsy stuff, guys. I'm nervous. Oh wait, no, I don't want to leave yet. Hold on. So the way you get the textures from this game is by making them appear in the game, and then Dolphin dumps them if you have that option turned on. So if I want to get some letters, that's also how I remember what it's called. Okay, I already had watermelon paper, so I know that that's dumped because I already wrote a letter in watermelon paper. So, ooh, the skyline paper would be pretty... That would be a challenge to redo, but I could do it. It does seem like a repeating pattern, at least, across the way. So, yeah, so that should be... We'll just plop that down there. It's a lot of lines. That seems challenging, but I mean, I'm streaming. I've got the time. So we'll run to pay. We'll go to the post office. The post office is where you not only mail out letters, obviously, but you pay off. You pay down your debt. You pay down your debts. I owe 312,815 bells. I think in total, to completely pay off your house and upgrade it every time and have it completely paid off for every upgrade, it's like over 1 million bells. So it gets expensive, but again, there's no time limit on it. It's just kind of like you saw me just like standing around. I didn't even really talk to villagers today. But I think a really fun thing about this game for me is the seasonal events. Like, there are holidays and stuff that are based around our actual holidays. There's like a Halloween. Instead of Christmas, they have Toy Day, because Christmas does have religious connotation. So they have Toy Day, but it's Christmas. And then they got like a 4th of July and stuff like that. Like, it's a neat thing that I like a lot. It's always fun to hop on around the holidays. There's something about these games that you just can't really explain. It's just like, just go out and play them. Some people hate them. Some people just don't find the purpose in them, and that's fine. But there are still a lot of people that just love these games. I'm one of them, obviously. Every time you make a new town, like start a new file basically and make a new town, it's a different layout. Like, they're always randomized. The Easter one, I've completely forgotten what the Easter one even is. I forgot what it even is. So I gotta work on, I'm gonna work on the skyline paper if I can find it. I was having trouble finding, well, I mean, I don't remember, I didn't remember the name of it, but I didn't remember, like, what you do on Bunny Day. I know when it's all snowy out, they've, like, right now, they've got, these snowballs you can find around the place and roll up and roll one onto the other to make a snowman, and then the snowman comes to life and gives you pieces of the snowman furniture. So, like, that's a big thing, is, like, you make your house bigger, and then you get, like, furniture, and you can decorate your house and do all that stuff. It's, like, it's a lot of fun. There's so many things you can... Why don't you make snowmen? Because it's a pain in the butt. Zipper T Bunny, and he gives you furniture. That's so cute. Ugh. Ugh. These games are, like, super adorable and positive and great, and I love them. So that's kind of what it looks like during the spring or summer, I guess. I'm very happy with how this has turned out so far. The texture pack is good. Where's, okay, there we go. We'll get some tunes going here in a second. What's a good for digital art? What's a good category to go in for digital art? I don't even know. Like a Twitch category. Art? Is it just art? Oh, New Leaf. Oh. Oh, that's why I don't know about it then. I will go into art. Add tag digital. Ooh. Oh yeah, there we go. Digital art. Because that's technically what I'm doing. Is there like a texture option? No. There's a tag for Texas Hold'em. Okay, well, we'll change to that. I've not played New Leaf. I've been watching playthroughs of New Leaf because I don't have the like, I don't have a 3DS, but I've been watching playthroughs of it. New Leaf is like the latest one out, for those of you that don't know. And it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. The newer Animal Crossings, in fact, since this one, basically, have like a roller pin style to the world, where as you go up and down on the screen, the world just kind of like rolls around. I can't explain it aside from that, but just picture the world on a giant rolling pin and just slowly rolling into your line of sight. It's really cool. I played a lot of Wild World. Wild World was my introduction to the series. Okay, let me pull up my giant list here, and then we will get rid of that so I can actually see what I'm doing. We'll turn on my display capture. So this, just so you guys know, these are the lists I have to like go through of all the texture dumps. I have them sorted into sizes. It's disgusting. You don't like the roller pin thing? I love the roller pin aesthetic. I love that. I wish that was in the first one. And this is about as good as it gets. They're not named anything nice, and they're super tiny, so sometimes I just have to like look. So I have to like find the textures out of this without knowing the name. Like, with the name doesn't help me anything. I just have to remember the name for when I submit them, to be like, this is this texture. You guys figure out the mess in the tech. The professionals actually do all the work of like putting them where they need to go in the texture pack. I like the roller pin because that's unique to Animal Crossing. Like, I've not seen that in any other game, really, and it feels really... It feels like a part of Animal Crossing for me at this point. And again, now I didn't start with the first one. Whereas, like you said, just right there, like the top down... Oh, I needed to get music going. My bad. Let me hide my screen for a second so I don't just show you guys all my stuff. We'll get some music going. But like you said there, it's literally it's Zelda. It's old school like Zelda stuff like that. Like you associate it with other things, whereas, don't show us your porn or show me. It's not porn. It's just a very messy desktop, and I don't know. I feel weird about even that. Like, there's nothing personal on here. I just don't. I don't know. What should we do? Let's do chill music. And let's make it instrumental only. I don't like this. This doesn't sound chill to me, but I'll go with it for a while. Why not? Let me pull that back up. We'll find something. Maybe, hold on. Here, I'll show you guys this. This is fine. This is enough. We'll do ambient. We'll do ambient music. That's chill. Okay. There we go. Got that back up. Sorry about that. Thought I had already had it back up, but it's fine. Ha 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 ha. It was like in the chill. I don't necessarily like. I like Pretzel Rocks a lot. I like what it does, but I don't agree with like their stations descriptions. They're like, this is the chill music. I'm like, that doesn't sound chill. So it's not my fault that it picked out that song. So I went with the ambient station. So yeah, so this is like my horrible screen that I have to sift through and find the textures. Some textures are bigger than others. I have them sorted into their sizes, like their dimensions, which makes it easier, but I was having trouble finding the letters earlier, so I'm gonna literally have to just like dig through here and see if I can't find anything. Here you can kind of see some of the expressions and stuff on the animals' faces. Stop banning. I can't help it. I can't help it. Also, I do love the city. It's a nice city. My mama got it for me. I mean, it wasn't like she didn't know what to pick out. She's just like, here, pick out something. And I'm like, Mario. And she was like, okay. So like each villager expression is its own separate texture file. So it's a huge pain in the butt to like retexture the animals because each time they make a different facial expression, it's a separate texture file. Did I say Mario? It's a huge pain. It's a huge pain to like go through here and figure it out. So, because you have to, even to get the dumps of the textures, you have to make the animal make that facial expression. Otherwise, it's not going to be a complete texture. Mario. Oh yeah, Mario. That's what I said. I knew I said it for some reason. Also, apparently, turns out when you are doing a texture in the game, like for your clothing, the various versions as you're making your way through it get dumped as well as their own textures. So that's good to know. Because I got a bunch of different like half-done faces of Rossetti in here from when I did that on stream. So I'll just turn off the dump feature next time I'm working on that. And yeah, like I can blow up the icons more, but the image will stay the same size. Dude, I don't know. That's how I stream. That's why I like doing podcasts and stuff, because if you guys didn't know, that's why I edit my podcasts, because this is what my podcasts end up being with on my end, at least. Like Pasta's great. My end, this is it. This is what you're getting in the raw audio. And then I just like cut out a bajillion things and just clean up the whole I just clean up the whole thing and make it sound like I can talk some sort of sense. I'm not a good podcaster, I'm a good editor. This music's actually really tight. I'm enjoying this. Guys, don't do the chill station. It's aggressive piano playing. Don't do that. Go to the ambient station. These are like outfits. I could like redo outfits, but I don't know what they're called. I mean, I know this is like the number 3 shirt because it's the number 3 ball on it. So that I would know. But I have to know the names of the textures. Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness. So this is definitely the letter. Like the skyline texture. So it is a repeating texture. I don't have to do it all the way across. But so does that mean that they're broken up into pieces? Some of this stuff sucks. Always really tight. I don't think I'm gonna pause that. I remove the personality. I'm trying to no, like a lot of it is not it's not personality I'm removing. It's a lot of like and just fragmented sentences that I'm cutting out. We haven't had a whole lot, or like I haven't had a whole lot of personality yet. The second podcast was a lot of info that we were trying to get out very fast because we had like all the Nintendo Direct that we had to get out. And I want to, in future episodes, I'm hoping that I will kind of loosen up a little bit and be able to joke around a bit more on the podcast. And I think we will, because hopefully we won't have such big news things. I think, and I mean, it depends on what. You are fragmented sentences. Yellow and orange variants. What are you talking about? What? Huh? What? I don't know. Some of these stuff, like, even though they're all the same size, they may not be like the same type of texture. So like some of this is definitely like letters. Like I know this is a letter, but not all of it is. It's very weird. We've had a lot of news. I think this week will be a really good week for us to be like, okay, let's just kind of talk about what we want to talk about for a bit and just chill and have fun, and it'll be good. So, I have a separate folder that I always copy these into. So we'll edit that. I don't know about the watermelon one. I was gonna do the watermelon one as well, but I don't know where that is. Because like the bottom of the watermelon one was different too, so I don't know. Some of these I don't know. There's so many different textures that I just literally have no idea what these things are. So, but I am really loving the podcast. I'm really enjoying doing it. So these are the paint cans. If you guys are wondering, this is the texture file for the paint cans. That might be something to go over and redo. I could redo this. I could redo paint cans. But I'd have to know what, like, color. I mean, I guess that's red and that's orange and yellow. I don't know if there's different greens. I don't remember. I'm really enjoying the song. This is tight. Hold on, let me just thumbs up that song. That's pretty great. I believe that's an Uryu. I don't know how. I don't know how you pronounce that instrument, but it's like it's a string instrument like a violin, but you hear it in a lot of like Asian films and stuff. One of my favorite instruments. It's really good. Some of the stuff has already been redone. Like, I got, like, pieces of it. I guess we'll just start doing the skyline thing, so... Let me... turn that off. Boot up the old Inkscape. Then I'll kind of show you guys my process. It's not... Well, that just... Thanks. Thank you, computer, for just, like, showing everybody my desktop for a fragment of a second. It wasn't anything super personal, but it's just like... Really? So, we are going to... First of all... Let me do it this way. They're just gonna be a big old pain in the butt. Fine, hold on. Let me just hide stuff. I really don't like showing everybody my whole computer. I just want to pull in the texture and go. Like, I really need to clean up my computer. It's such a mess. AC texture project to be edited. There we go. Okay, that is the texture right there. What we do is we want to blow it up by 8 times. So I set it to percentages because I don't want to do the math myself. I set it to percentage, make sure those are locked, and then go 800%. So that is the size of the new texture, or what the new texture is going to be. But it's still all blurry, obviously, because it is. Go ahead and do that. We got to do multiple layers. So layer 1 is going to be... I kind of renamed stuff so that I can understand what I'm doing. So this is my... it's what I'm going to trace. And then... new texture. And then above that, I'm gonna have... I did not spell that right. Is it 2 L's? I know it's 2 T's. Is it 2 L's? Sure, it doesn't matter. It's for my own use anyways. Doesn't matter. Judge me all you want. So then what I do is I will copy, and I will also put this in the color palette. Because when I start drawing on top, even though I like fade, my second layer I usually do at about 50%. But even then, when I'm tracing over this, I won't be able to see the colors as clearly, and I want to use the original colors. I saw that. I saw people like rumoring that, which would make sense. They have the money to do it. It would be very interesting to see Google be like the next big power of gaming. It would be awful because it's Google, and they need to just stop. But they could theoretically be like the next big console. It could be the next Ouya, or it could be like the next like PlayStation. They have the money to invest in a really powerful gaming system. So I don't want to mess with the color palette or the background, but I will start tracing over. So I usually do not freehand it because I'm really bad at freehanding. I do have a tablet here, like a drawing tablet, that I could be using, but I'm usually better at that. That's if I do freehand something, I usually use that. But as far as like copying over these textures, it's usually a bad idea for me. So I don't do that. So I will literally start. Why? Why is... Oh, I'm on the wrong... There we go. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Literally just start doing the outlines of stuff, tracing over it. I'll go ahead and I'll change the colors of the strokes and everything after the fact. But I want to try to get it as close to the original as possible. And luckily I can tweak everything that I need to when the time comes. It's not a big deal. Oops. Again, it never has to be perfect. The first time around, it's just trying to get, like, a framework to go with. Crap. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Stop it. And you can do more layers. It's whatever makes it easiest for you. I find it, like, this tends to work for me to start out with. Just ordered my drawing tablet yesterday. Which one did you get? Mine's very old school. Mine's the old, I used to think it was called Wacom, because Wacom sounds like a better name. But it's the company's literally called, like, Wacom. I'm like, really? Anyways, but it's the old bamboo pen and touch. I actually don't use the touch feature of it, but if you just got the bamboo pen, it wouldn't have been a... Their cables are always shit. I'll be real with you, their USB cables like short out in like a month. So I got the pen and touch because it came with a removable cable. So now I can just use my own micro USB cable to plug this bad boy in. And it's pretty good. I would like one like a drawing... a display tablet, a drawing display that you can actually see on there. But I've gotten pretty accustomed to drawing on this and just watching the screen. I'm pretty good with it. But they're really nice. If you want to do artsy stuff, it's a lot of fun. But as far as this, because I'm doing like very precise sort of texture work, I didn't want to... I didn't want to be using that because my freehand is awful. I want it to be as accurate as possible. There are always going to be some artistic liberties with these sort of things, and that's why we're able to legally do this. I have one more cable or wire, Bluetooth, so I don't have to worry about cables. This one, I will say, this one does have... You can get like the little Bluetooth attachment for it if I had wanted to. I could have bought that separately. I just don't mind because you have a cable for like literally like I plug in my controller. And it's just, I can literally unplug my controller and then plug this in with the same cable. So it's just, it's already there. Not a big deal. But I like it. It's pretty fun. I have a program, which is, there's like a free version of it as well. But there's a pretty inexpensive version of it. That I think is definitely worth it. It's a program called Mischief. So what the software I'm working in right now is called Inkscape, and it is a open source vector based software. So what vector means is most images like you take on a camera or something are raster images, which means they are a set. I know I gotta fix that, but again, you don't have to have it perfect initially. Raster images are like these, like JPEGs and stuff, PNGs. Basically, when you zoom in, they get all blurry and gross looking. But vector images are mathematical formulas. Luckily, on my end, I don't have to know the math. It's just the computer does it for me. So I basically draw a line, and the computer calculates how that line should look based based on a mathematical formula. And what that means is I can zoom in or out as much as I want, and the line won't get pixely. Like it'll stay looking perfect the whole time because it just adjusts the numbers as you zoom in or something. So anyways, so the program Mischief is also a vector software, but it lets you draw. It works like you're working with like Photoshop or something. It's like you're just drawing, like freehanding stuff. Okay, sounds good. I think because I think I'm in streamer mode, so it shouldn't like make any noise or anything. But Mischief lets you freehand, and it's really good for drawing with a tablet or something. You can draw and make your own little pins and do stuff with it. It's a lot of fun. I really like it. And then because it's vector stuff, it's infinitely resizable. And the reason I use Inkscape for this sort of stuff is, which Mischief is nice because you can export as an SVG file, which is a vector file, a scalable vector graphic, I think is what SVG stands for. Then I can import into here and get all the work I want to get done on it, like the little details and adjustments. But instead of just initially drawing, it means I can move stuff around and scale and whatnot, and I can export it whatever size I really want to, easily. But because I've done these initial paths, and I'll be real, one of the benefits of doing this project is a lot of the textures are not going to be blown up enough for you to notice little hiccups. If it's like a little bit off, probably nobody's going to notice, so it's fine. A lot of the textures we're just trying to kind of get out because there's hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of textures. We are going to redo all of them, and then after the fact, if there's ones that were like, this doesn't look as good as I wanted it to look, we'll go back and fix it. But it's so far not been... My kid gets really into his TV, and then he starts like yelling at it. So that's what that noise is. I am very excited for the podcast this week, though. I really want to... I guess that's kind of like that. Okay, we'll go with that for now. Some of this is that's why you kind of need to know what you're looking at, because some of the textures get so blurry at places that you're just like, what are they trying to do here? So this is not Claude Debussy's song, but it is like a version. This song is like a remix of that song by Claude Debussy that I really like. But I do appreciate all of you. I should probably say that. I appreciate all of you for being here through my weird texture work. Actually, as far as like triangles go, if I'm actually getting just basic shapes, I should probably use these. We want 3 corners. We just want a triangle. We'll do that. Let me get rid of... We want that. We don't want any fill. And we want to reduce the stroke size. And make those hard edges. I don't know why that decided to do like a color, but that's fine. We'll adjust once we get all the shapes in. We'll adjust the colors and whatnot. And then I can just like duplicate the shape and move it over where I want to move it. I guess actually this needs to be a little bit bigger. So you can change the stroke size if you want, which is the actual thickness of the line, the outline. There's a lot of features you can do in this that I really like. And again, Inkscape is free. So if you guys ever want to like play around and do texture work like this, like Inkscape is a great program to download and check it out. It's basically like a free version of Adobe Illustrator. In fact, I actually like working with it more than Adobe Illustrator. In fact, I just don't really like Adobe products so much. I've spent so much time arguing with Adobe products over the years that I'm just like, there's better solutions out there. There just is. A big key to using this software is learning all the keyboard shortcuts. Like if I want to make sure that like say I'm doing a line here, okay, like this is pretty freely moving around, but I don't want it to. I want it to stick to very like direct angles and stuff. If I hold down the control button, it will do that. Like, so this is like staying to a straight line here. I think you can actually adjust that in settings, but this is a lot more controlled where I'm putting it as opposed to it freely moving around. So if I want to do a straight line straight across, I hold down control and it helps it keep straighter even if I veer off a little bit. Same with up. Helps a lot. Hey, there's that podcast. What time is it? It's 11:15, so we're doing okay on time. That's good because I'm gonna have to make those bigger. I am. It's gonna have to happen. So when you're resizing, if you want to resize, if you hold control, it'll resize evenly, but it'll be in the way you pull it. But if you hold control and shift, it'll resize from the center. So you can actually just like expand it out from where it's currently at, which is quite helpful. What is the stroke size of this? That's just literally at 1. There. Now those are all like the same stroke width, and you can actually adjust in the settings, like if it automatically adjusts the stroke width as you resize it up, or if you want to stay the same stroke width as you, even if you size it up or whatnot, which I don't usually mess with. I just usually go back and change it back down myself manually because I'm lazy. Or I like to punish myself. I don't know. It's one of those. Because it's technically more work to manually go back and change the numbers, but I think a lot of it is me trying to cover my bases of like knowing I almost feel like this would be easier to do multiple layers to do each of the buildings on. I might go back and do that to an extent. Because like now I'm having to do this. I knew this one would be like a challenge. Just maybe something I come back to if because I may not even get this one done. That's the only downside to Inkscape as opposed to something like, dang it, I did it again. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off snapping because it's trying to automatically like snap to specific places, which is helpful at times, and then at other times it's not, so. I did the exact same thing again. I don't know what exactly I'm doing there, but I'm doing something. So we'll do this. And then, actually, let me turn on a little grid here. I think there's a way to change the grid to like the pixels you're on, but I don't know how to do that. So this just kind of helps me visually keep it aligned. I could like put a point directly in the center there. Oops. and pull out like that. On either side to make a nice little archway. Bam. I feel like a spy with this music going on. I'm back. I'm sorry. I get distracted very easily. It's my nature as a spy. There's a reason I'm not a spy. Because I'd be the guy that always goes around like, hi, I'm a spy. I'd be the worst. I'd be the worst spy. We'd just all go real bad. I don't really know what they're wanting there, but I'll just stick a line there. Cool. Call it good. It's coming along. We're getting the basic outline done. No, oh, okay. Oh, I'll have to look at that here in a bit. I definitely want more. I don't know. I'm really enjoying the podcast. I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping that we'll have a little bit more freedom as far as like give us some good time to kind of rant about some stuff if we want to rant about stuff. Because yeah, the last podcast I had a lot of fun with, and I think it turned out really well. But it's kind of rants. Like we just felt I felt very rushed, at least. I feel like those should be even at least. I don't know a good way to do that. I guess just like look at the grid here and make sure that they're on the same level. Maybe they're not even though. I feel like they should be. Some of the actual like art for this game is very sketch at times. Like the official art is not always perfect. Can I just rant about Animal Crossing for an hour? I mean, certainly. I did cut out a lot of that in the podcast just because it wasn't that you're ranting about it not having Animal Crossing. It was like the weird timing that we were ranting about Animal Crossing, because I was like right there with you. But now that we got all the info out about the Direct, now we can complain about like, why wasn't this in the Direct? Because I heard even more over this past week, like, why didn't we hear about this thing? Like, crap, you're right. Why wasn't that in the Direct? There's got to be a better way of me doing this. Come on game. I don't know. I say game. I'm not even playing game. I'm trying to do art here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm holding down like the control button. And I don't know why it's doing that, but don't do the first click if you're holding down the control button, apparently. Because weird stuff ensues. And I'll let you in on a secret. Pretty much, as long as things are symmetrical in these textures, they look fine. Because they don't have to be exact perfect replicas. That, again, that's what I was saying, is like that's one reason why we can do this, is because if we were just popping it into the computer and having it be an exact perfect replica of the original texture, then we're having issues with legalities on like just stealing their art and stuff. Whereas what we are doing now, I'll just flip that so it's symmetrical. Now what we're doing is like, it's different enough where we are maintaining the art style, but making it pretty. And by pretty making it, I mean we're making it more higher res. Again, we're like we're upscaling all the textures by. I really shouldn't use the term upscale because that's not what we're doing, but we're making the textures bigger by 8%, or 8, not 8%, like 800% bigger. It's 8 times bigger. So we have that sort of freedom with it. And again, you guys are getting to see like the whole process, so you're going to be able to go, no sir, but nobody would notice. If you're looking at the texture, even then, like, these don't have to be like perfect angles or anything. Oh, what happened? Why did that like unload there for a second? That's weird. They don't have to be perfect angles and stuff because it's Animal Crossing as well. The textures are all a little bit goofy. So it gives you that sort of freedom, which is a lot of fun. I actually really love that I'm able to do this sort of stream. Like, let's just chill out. I don't know how many people are. 6. Well, I mean, 6 people there. That's surprising. Y'all are crazy, but I love you for sticking around through my weird, not very good art stream. I am not by any means a professional artist. I just am a fan of Animal Crossing, and I've done enough graphic design work myself that I can kind of go through and help. Now, what I'm going to kind of do is I am essentially putting the outline in. I'm going to fill all these shapes and have them as like their individual shapes. Instead of it being controlled by the outline, because of how the software works, it's kind of weird getting all that. So I'm putting the outlines in, and I'm going to use the fill tool to fill in and make each of these like their own shapes, basically. And then I'm going to make an outline of those, if that makes any sense. You'll see when we get there. But that's why some of these are like not perfect, because they really don't have to be. I was very happy though. I was able to help out with somebody else in the project because they didn't know how to. I think it was just rounding the edges. Like for example, they were like, "Oh, I don't know how to round. These are like flat edges." I was like, "Oh, that's under the stroke style. You go to the cap, and you change that because that's for the actual edges of that. But then you can also, where it joins, you can round the joint, and then it boop." Does that, or you can make that like angled like that. Was actually how I wanted those to be, truthfully. So yeah, so the cap, like these are flat, so if you do the cap, it rounds off the edges of them. If you just want a straight line, you don't want to do that, but there are uses. was I? Where was I? Now you do have like there are different like tools and stuff. There is like, I can draw, I can freehand some stuff, and it'll kind of smooth it out a little bit for me and whatnot. But I just, again, it's not good. It never turns out good. But if I ever want to just draw stuff and make it kind of be like, the benefit of a program like Mischief is it simulates drawing on paper or something while having the benefit of it being digital art and rescalable. I need this to, hold on. I need this to start like here. I can adjust that later if I need to. Go. Oh, go away. I didn't need that. Man, especially with this ambient music, it's just super chill in here. This is like super chill, and I really like this. Y'all are the best. I'm gonna just do that. Just have that weird. Why are you not behaving? Oh my goodness. I guess kind of meh. Kind of cleaning up some of my lines. Some of these I'm literally just going to take, like I did with the triangles, I'm just going to bring in shapes to fill them. What am I doing there with that? I don't know what this is. That's really weird. So I would say like a program, this is good for, like Inkscape is good for graphical art, like doing stuff like retexturing and stuff. Whereas Mischief is good for learning how to draw. If you want to just freehand and actually learn how to draw, you have all the benefits of a... Wait, where did my archway go? I had an archway there. What happened? Oh, there... What is happening? What is happening with this program today? It's being so weird. I guess that's supposed to be like a chimney or something there. This is weird. This is weird. But thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out for the chill Nate time. So this one I'm gonna cheat on. I'm gonna make a triangle. I'm going to, hold on. Oh yeah, because so this is a different. I have to change it. It is currently an object. I got to make it a path. A path is what I'm like drawing when I'm drawing the individual lines. But that was an object. So I had to actually like change how that behaved. Actually, hold on. Before I change that, let me make sure it lines up like I want it to. That way we'll keep it as symmetrical as possible. It doesn't necessarily have to be super symmetrical, but... Oh, better yet, I can tell it, align and distribute. Based off of the last selected, we'll just have that, yeah. Just lines up with the little line below it. Perfect. Now, we will change object to path. And I can just drop that straight down like that. And we'll do the little archway trick that I showed y'all before. If you hold down shift while you click and drag away from one of the nodes, that's where it'll pull out the little thingies. I'm very... It's not helpful at all, I know, I'm sorry, but that's... I don't know what else to call them, the thingies. You learn fancy names for stuff, I'm sure, but I don't. I just call them thingies. This is actually looking really nice so far. I'm getting real excited, guys. This is looking good. Like, the whole thing is, like, it doesn't matter how shitty it looks along the way, is like if it comes together in the end. And that's a big thing with like doing any art online, especially because you get very self-conscious about it. You want it to look good the whole time. This is not like a step-by-step tutorial. Like, I'm even learning how to do this better as I go along through each one. So this is not a perfect process I have down, but it doesn't matter how shitty it looks along the way as long as it comes together in the end. And I think a lot of people associate, like, they see Bob Ross's works and go, oh, well, I can't do that, so I'm just clearly not good enough. Like, but it's like, Bob Ross, I guarantee you, the paintings don't always turn out how Bob Ross originally envisioned them. Like, he just changes things up as like things happen as he's going along in one of his paintings. He just goes, all right, rolls with it. And that's why it looks like it's a step-by-step thing when it's really not. Like, I guarantee you, he never goes, this is exactly how a painting is going to look, and he just goes step-by-step and does it. No. As he's painting, probably a little slip of his hand or something will happen, and he'll just go, okay, we'll make that into something. We'll change this. We'll change how the picture kind of how the painting ends up. And basically, as long as it looks good in the end, that's all that matters. So don't be so, like, self-conscious, guys. It's okay. It's okay. Things don't have to look perfect right from the start. We just want them to look good enough in the end. Happy little accents. Exactly. Now, again, there's some lovely tools that help make the process easier for me. For instance, like, I'm adding these two lines here, but I want them to I want all these lines to, like, line up perfectly, because that's kind of the idea, right? Is like, this is all like one thing. This is all one line going across. So you can select all of them. I'll just say, again, based on last selected, and we'll line them up. We'll center on a horizontal axis. So all those lines are perfectly symmetrical there. We're going to do the same here. Just line those up. Perfect. Now they're nicely. And then we'll hold down control while we scoot this bad boy over. That way he doesn't go off of that horizontal line that we just lined up. Or vertical line, sorry. Uh-oh. What are we looking at? What am I looking at? What am I looking at right now? That is it's a very interesting Bob Ross. I like it. Oh, guys, you guys seriously need to check out, if you go to like twitch.com/DIY crossing. That's Brackenhawk's channel. Brackenhawk is the person in charge of the whole retexture project now. And oh no, did I lose it? No, let me try that again. And they with Bob Ross's hair, I was like, is the cat called Bob? I figured that was a reference there that I just was like not getting because I'm dumb. But Brackenhawk does like handmade and hand painted Animal Crossing figurines. Currently, they're all the commissions are sold out, but I'm like, dang it, I really want like my own little like villager. Best animal. I'm sensing a little salt. Also, you're wrong. Tom is the best cat, so. But you can get like any animal you want. Brackenhawk will make the animal, or you can have your own villager and send them like a picture of your villager, and Brackenhawk will like make the villager. And they're just like, they're like the amiibo, but they're hand painted and everything. They look so good. So good. So good. And I want one so bad, but commissions are currently sold out. But you guys should like watch the streams or go look for the VODs of the streams. Really, like, it's super impressive. Okay, we're gonna start doing shapes. We're gonna start doing some shapes. So this right here, square. Got it. This right here, got it. Oh, this right here, got it. It's that easy. Bam. And then we're gonna do that, and that, and that. You know what? I got a better idea. We will just, instead of doing that, we will just duplicate. We got one we like. We'll just duplicate it. Pull it like that. This is going to be very interesting to see because they have to test it, so it has to line up where these do appropriately mirror. So I may have done all of this and it may just be all for naught and be a piece of hot garbage. But we will see. Whoop. DIY Crossing. Yes, DIY Crossing is like really good. So much salt, yeah. That's if you've ever watched DIY Crossing, Brackenhawk is the person that does that channel and everything and that business, and that's the person that's in charge of the retexturing project. So very cool. Gotten to talk with them a lot. Very talented. Like just a very talented artist in general. Brackenhawk does most of the help. Whenever somebody's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do more shapes. This music is lit. Did I dupe that? I did. Okay, cool. Sometimes I just really don't know what they're wanting or what they're trying to do, so. Like that looks all squish there. But this one seems more vertical, so it's like... I think there's like... There we go. It's like, I think there's like a way to rotate. There's probably like a hotkey for it. I don't know what it is. And here's something I like to do as well. I can select all three of these, and I can center this between these two objects if I want to. So if I want to... I think selection area is what I want to do, actually. We'll see. I want not the centers, but them to be... object. Okay. There we go. Bam. And it just shifted that perfectly even between those two objects. For symmetry's sake. Did I just crack my fingers? I probably did. Oh, not everything. I was like, I feel like I gotten everything, but no, I haven't. I haven't gotten everything. Take this. Shrink it down. Shrink it down a little bit more. Do that. I hope if I was on the right tool. There's hotkeys for all this, guys. I just don't know what all of them are. Again, it's kind of a learn as you go sort of thing. You'll all figure it out. This music is dramatic. Sounds so serious for what we're doing. Oh no, we're still missing some. Let me take a step back and kind of look at the picture and kind of see what we're doing here. It's a long process, and this is just like one texture. That's why so many people are working on it, because there's so much. Some of these I literally just need to fill in and be like, that's that shape. Because I guess some of these like little window things are not... Like, I can't figure out what they are any better. And we'll line you up. There we go. I'm really digging this music. This is good. This is a good time. Like some of these I just... I don't know. Once we get all the shapes and everything and we can start filling in. Because right now I have it kind of transparent so that we can't, or so that we can easily see what we're tracing over. But these all should be black lines actually. To which, whenever the background unloads for some reason, then that is that. Now, it's important to note, I actually did that with the ones down there, but I need to actually fix their lines. So, basically, the reason I don't just do this is because it's smushing the lines. So instead what I do is I double click on it to get it to change to the object, to the square tool. And then I can grab these square nodes and drag it over, and it's just changing the shape instead of smushing the shape. It's just literally changing it. And then also important to note that these circle nodes are for the the curvature of the angle. So if you're actually working with an object as opposed to a stroke or a path, if you're working with an object as opposed to a path, you can just manually change that. Which I don't want to do here, but that's why you've got some circle nodes and some square nodes. Square nodes are changing the placement, and circle nodes are actually changing the curve there. Which again, I probably just need to... Oh, close. Haven't gotten quite everything yet, though. Which I may take some liberties here, because I don't think all the windows should necessarily be all squarey and stuff. Some of them look a little bit rounded. It's kind of hard to tell, just looking at the texture, but I probably will. Again, I can take a little artistic liberty. I can do stuff like that. Brackenhawk is going to go back through this stream and just be like, what the are you? There's so many better ways to do this. But again, I guess as long as the texture looks good in the end. Oh goodness. Okay. Okay. Now to actually do some actual work. Artistic. Well, some of it is just because I'm dumb and don't know how to do it better. I'll be real. Which Brackenhawk usually comes into to save the day with. Why is that not like a straight? Why is that not a straight line there? That should be. Do I need to like temporarily pull this away so it's not weirdly? That's weird. Probably didn't need this overlap here, but I'll just... I don't know. I might just fill that and then... Oh, I'm not done yet. I missed some. I did miss some. Oh. It is also important to note you can like select multiple nodes and then scoot whole sections over. Why is this music so creepy? Jeez. What time are we looking at? 11:52? We're doing good on time. I literally might get this done. This probably would have turned out better if I had just done a rectangle shape there. I should have just done two rectangles here. Oh, the things you think of after the fact. Let me see. No, I wanted to select. I want to select all those. I guess I'll do that manually. Wait, why? Was this not working? What am I doing wrong? I have no idea what's happening right now. Okay, there. Those are selected. Unselect that one. Delete all those. Actually. These are not even, like, really even here, so... Oops. No, I do still want to, like, hold on to the node, otherwise I'll, like, smush it. That's the thing, is, like, if you grab it, you can grab anywhere on the line once you draw the path, and then just, like, drag it around, and smush the shape up however you want to do it, which is good at times, because it helps you kind of get the curves that you want, but I also find it very... hard to get accurate shapes from, so with the amount of blur to this, it's kind of hard to see where the lines begin and end. No, go. Why would you do that? Come on. Okay, well, is that... I will do it that way, then. At least this song sounds a little bit more hopeful than the last one. The last one just sounded depressing. Is this somehow, like, just ever so slightly off? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. It's okay. It's fine. Again, the way I can clean up most of this is just filling in instead of having to go with the actual objects I drew. I'll just fill in shapes. And that's where the coloring one comes in. Actually, let me just scoot that over a touch. Because I should actually, when it's done, I should just be able to, like, flip it and have it line up and be like, oh, there we go, that's the buildings, yay. But, you know. So we'll just put that there and block off that one so we don't accidentally do that. Don't damage that texture any. I think I want to change how this is done too. In a lot of ways, using a program like Photoshop or GIMP would probably be better for a project like this. Oh, that actually worked out really nicely. I didn't know that those were separate. Oh, no, they weren't. I know what I'm doing. Because sometimes it is easier to just literally just draw and fill over everything, which is not always the case with this program. But again, the benefit of this program is the being able to easily manipulate the shapes and everything and the size after the fact. Oops. Because I especially am not, like I said, I'm not a professional artist, so initially a lot of my stuff looks really bad. And then I'm able to just change it to make it look better after the fact. I'm not good at freehanding or anything like that, so that's why I actually got really into digital art. No, don't. No, no. Just that node. There we go. And these textures can actually stick out a little bit from the original texture, because what I will do is I will resize the canvas to the size of the original texture. Oh, well, blown up, of course. And then even if they overlap off the canvas, the exported texture file will not include the stuff that's exported. It'll just export what's on the canvas. So, like, for instance, let's do based off of this. File. Document properties. For some reason, it's halfway off the screen. Just ignore that. Resize page to content. Oh, we'll hide the other ones for a second. There we go. Now it's literally set to the resolution of, or yeah, it'll be like the size of the content. So it won't be able to, even if it goes off the canvas, it won't be exported that way, and it'll be fine. But me, I am procrastinating actually doing hard work on this because I don't want to. So this line could literally go, it's fine. It doesn't matter. I think there's like a tiny little like chimney almost on this thing. This music's really pretty. Makes me sad. I don't know why it shouldn't, but it makes me sad. Okay. So this is actually an object I might actually just use, so I can actually push. Objects do have like a depth to them, even like without the layers. Certain objects are overlapping others, and you can scoot them in the forefront, like to the forefront or the background or whatever it is you want to do, inside a layer. So, like, I could fill this one in, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do. I'll go ahead and fill that with that. And pull it to the front, so that way when this goes behind it, it will be, like, hidden. I think that's what that is. I think that's what's going on. It's like a little chimney. I just gotta make sure all these, because some of these lines you're seeing are like varying sizes, but I can just literally just highlight all of them and be like, nope, set to 1. Yeah, stupid. Except for the. Oh yeah, so that is fine. That's good. We good. Fill and stroke. I should be able to do this. Yes. Cool. So they're all the same size stroke thickness now. Because by resizing some of the objects, I had thrown that off, but it's fine. I might literally have to, because this is not an object, so I might have to literally make some of these. I might have to move that temporarily. Because I have to hide, unfortunately. This is one reason why I do it the way I do it with the layers, because I want to get rid of the background to do the fill, because the background will mess with the fill tool. And this line is not lined up correctly, so I'm going to start this literally down here. There's probably like a better way to do that, but none that I could think of, so... I like how this one roof here is like a different, like it's like slightly pinkish. Why did that not? Why did that not fill in there? Because it wasn't closed off? Maybe? If that's the case, that's dumb. Wait, did I just like move that window over instead of copying it over? Am I missing stuff now? Is it doing its weird glitchy thing again? Nope, I'm just missing that window because I moved it over instead of duplicating it, of course. It's fine. It's fine. Should have consumed at least 8 ounces. I don't think I drank 8 ounces. I'm gonna actually pull these off the canvas a little bit just to be sure that the fill gets in there. So I'll close this off to make the program happy so it doesn't like fill everything. I figured it would stop at the canvas, but apparently not, so there we go. Now I could fill that. And select that texture, select that, or that object, and just fill it with that color. Bam. Oh yeah, I'm still sorry, I should go back to full. There we go. Ooh, you know what I should do? I should do this on a separate... Let me do this on a separate layer, because then I can just get rid of all the outlines. This probably doesn't make any sense, but just trust me on this. Fill. We'll just call it a fill layer. And that was actually already that way, so that's fine. We will change it to white, though. That way it's not see-through, but it doesn't look weird. Okay. So now we can fill into our fill layer, and it'll be fine. So there's that. It's gonna look like that. Because I want to keep the original colors and everything. I want it to be, again, as much as similar to the original texture file as possible, color-wise and everything, without it, you know, with it just looking better. With it just looking better. Some of these are going to be kind of hard to tell what texture is going for. Some of these are going to be like the lighter color. It's just that like, I think both of these objects should be this color. I'm gonna have to do some, like, again, this is where artistic liberty kind of comes in. I'm gonna have to do some changes to make this look. I may do some gradient work. Typically we don't want to do a whole lot of gradient work on these textures because that wasn't how they were originally intended to be. But I don't want it to be, I don't know. We'll look at it. We'll certainly look at it as we go along. That seems like it's gonna be a different color. Oh gosh, dang it! Yeah, these are all open lines here. I'll figure that out in a bit. We'll do that as well. Is the well, that's open lines too, of course. Let me just make sure that all these are closed off so that the program wants to fill. Because the canvas doesn't matter. Like, the canvas is just as far as, like, basically whatever you want to export. But you can just move pretty much infinitely around and, like, keep adding on to it and everything. So the canvas is only important as far as, like, if you want to export specifically the canvas, that's an option. That's close enough. I'm gonna literally just do a line down the side here. Oops. I should. If you hold click, it will like release whenever you release it, but if you tap click, it'll let you drag down like this. There. What you designing? I am actually working on the Animal Crossing texture project right now, so I'm trying to close in some shapes so I can do some fills at the moment, which probably seems really stupid to better artists, but I'm trying to redo this texture at a higher resolution. Basically, we blow up the textures. This is one of the letters from Animal Crossing. It's the skyline paper. We blow up the textures 8 times, and then we basically are redrawing over them to make them look better at higher resolution. So they should look good. When they're done, they should all look good up to 4K resolution. But I played some Animal Crossing earlier, and then I was like, alright, I'm gonna do some actual texture work, and I went with the hard one because I was like, sure, I can do that. So that's what I'm doing. It sure is. I think that filled in a lot of the gaps. Let me make sure some of these, because what I'm doing is I'm being kind of weird with it. I'm sure there's like better ways to go about doing this. But this is just kind of how I've always done things. I'm very set in my ways. So until I learn better ways to do some of this stuff, it's like, well, this is how it's gonna happen. So I literally am gonna have to like scoot this over for now. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Like I was telling them earlier, basically it doesn't matter what it looks like during the process. or honestly, like how long it takes me to get it done, because I mean it's my own personal time. I don't mind spending forever on it. As long as it looks the part in the end, that's the goal. So it just needs to look appropriate in the end. So that works now. That works now. That works now. Ooh, I did miss some lines there though. Thought I heard something. I need more lines. Cramp. I forgot stuff. You know, I'm not even gonna. Well, I guess I should. Okay. Bam. There's that. It doesn't look like they're right on the triangles in the original texture, so I'm gonna do that as well. I'm gonna have it just a little bit off. A little bit off. Okay. We'll hide that again. I gotta fix that line. Is that? Okay, that's good. That's fine. Okay, we'll get back to filling in objects. Because when I apply the fill to these areas, they become their own sort of objects that I can edit and move around and everything. Instead of being like separate lines that are all stitched together, it makes it one object, which makes it just makes my work a little bit easier. The rectangles are, well, a lot of these separate rectangles are already objects that I can freely mess with. Where's the bucket? Here we go. There we go. That's how that should have worked. Perfect. And I'm kind of coloring in as I go. Figuring out what colors I want to use here. I'm going to change the thickness of the lines when it's done as well. I'm probably going to make the lines a little bit thicker, even in some specific lines, maybe thicker than others. I bet that's about that color. It'll look good one sometime. It'll look good one sometime. Oh yeah. I was like, how was I? Okay. Okay. I can adjust the colors. I should have done this in a way that I did all the yellows first and then all like the lighter browns and stuff, but we'll get it. I'll just change it back as needed. Is that okay? I think there's actually supposed to be another one of the these lines over here, but you just can't see it because of this. With this image, it's kind of blurry. But I think that line kind of went, that like bar went all the way across there. I actually think this is looking like okay. It's not done yet, but it's looking okay. Oh, I should have been doing... I should have changed... Because the fill is not like a perfect object fill, so... I may have to redo that, actually. We'll see. Okay, what all needs to be yellowish? I'm just selecting everything that I believe is supposed to be yellow. We will just go through. I think that's what I did with those. Okay, so now I need to go back through and grab whichever ones need to be like this brownish shade. This is like its own... It's like, that's even darker, and some of those need to be... Like, some of the windows, I think, need to be darker. Like, that needs to be darker as well. Oops. Some of that I think is actually a windowsill, so this does not need to be such a huge thing here. I didn't notice at the time when I was like tracing it out, but oh, that's also a separate. That's a separate layer. Let me go check on the kid. He's making a lot of noise. Everything's fine. He's just being a noisy normal kid. He's just rattling all his stuff around. It's just like, Bubba. I guess I could go ahead and fill those if I wanted to. Like, I know that there are their own objects already, but I guess we'll just do that. Oops. There we go. There we go. I was like, did I not get that one? I missed some, but that's okay. I'll get them here in a second. I'm just selecting all these to change their color. This is kind of where, like, I feel like the artistic liberty comes in, because I don't want this to be an exact, like, just upscaling this texture. A lot of the way that this texture looks, I gotta sit down again. A lot of the way that this texture looks is because of it being so low res, where upscaling it makes it look almost too clean. So that's kind of how I'm gonna have to change a few things just to. There we go, and that went ahead and did that, so that's good. And that's just a windowsill, so change that, which is just too big, but I can change that. I do need to, like. So that's what it looks like without the outline, but I could blow up all the actual outlines of these objects and it would mesh better. So that's these with like their own, which I'm probably gonna blow up the lines anyways, just because it will make them look like one. I could fuse all these objects together, but then the color wouldn't be different, so I don't want to do that. It's kind of tough deciding how I want to go about doing this. I know I think I wanted to add this over here. But just so far as like, I need this above it. Just because there should be another line there, I guess. If that makes any sense. When these all stretch out, it should look better. I'm gonna actually have this stretch out behind here as well, which again should look fine in the end. Okay, goodness. Let's go ahead, because I think I got all the colors pretty much done. So let's increase the stroke width. Crap, I'm gonna have to move that over. I don't want to do this. There's got to be like a better way to do this. Like, this isn't looking awful. There's only a few areas that I need to fix, really, but I'm probably just overthinking a lot of it. That's sorted, at least. That is weird. Hold on. Let me just... Do I need to just redo this here? Probably. No, that needs to be underneath. Oh my god, can I just... Just scoot that like that. Still kind of out, or still kind of in the way, but there. That worked a little bit better, maybe. Goodness. This isn't looking. Like I said, this isn't looking too bad. It's looking fairly accurate. The lines are a bit thick at places. But then if I don't have them as thick, then there's potential issues. This may not be the way I want to do it. I may just literally have to fix some of the lines on top and do it that way. Because I think it almost looked better that way. Oh, you learn. So let's go back. Let's redo the stuff I just did. Okay, a lot of this I like, a lot of this I like. I just need to change certain things. This should not be like that, because that looks awful. Stop messing with that. There we go. This music is too chill for me. It's just, I'm conking out over here. There, make it more like that. Perfect. No, close that. Redo that object. Better. Can we, like... What if I remove the line work altogether for these objects? So that they fill more better. And then I can go through... No, I need to just rename this. This is the line work now. Which really should be... Is that on top of that? I guess? Would that... I don't think so. I guess this needs to be... looky there. That's right, because this was originally... I had it covering up an object, so... So let's remove that fill. That's right. Some things overlapped weirdly, that's why I didn't do that. It's okay, we can figure this out. We can figure this out, it's fine. It's just extra work that I didn't anticipate initially, but that is okay. I might literally just cheat and have this be, even though it's technically line work, I might just fill that object like that. I do want to increase the stroke some, just not as much as I did before. That's looking better. Need to talk like Bob Ross with the background playing. I kind of was for a bit, because I was trying to talk about, like, oh, you know, mistakes. There's certain things you're gonna do that it's okay that those are not... That it's okay that it doesn't look perfect at the, like, during the process. The process can look bad as long as the finished product is what you are wanting. So it's okay to have, like, little goofs here and there. Like, for instance, I think... I'm on the right layer, right? I'm on line work. Okay, yes. So I think I want to actually do that. I mean, I just want to get rid of the line work for the windows and stuff. Which is probably crazy. But we're going to try this out. Some of them, at least. I don't know, maybe... Crap, I don't know. We'll do that. And then I think on those, that way I can freely move these around as I need to. Just bear with me, guys. I have like a plan. I do want all of these to have a stroke. I just don't know. And what actually is the... This is a very weird... This was like a more complicated texture to redo. So I didn't really... This is a learning process for me. I have those at 2.3. Okay. Crap. There we go. Select only what I want to select, please. This is so pleasant, though. I like it. Just happy little windows. Add a few little happy trees, yeah. Happy little windows. Okay, so put these at 2.3. There, now they kind of look like the ones that are already in on the screen, but this way. There's more things I wanted to add. Poop. What's a good way to deal with some of this? I should have just tweaked some of this first. But I can do it now. It's fine. I deleted the line work for these, so these are like individual objects I can just move around and mess with as I wish, and that's fine. And I can fill in gaps where I want to fill in gaps, so that's also fine. Do I want to... I feel like I might want to just round these off. Like that. I'm having to take some artistic liberties now to make sure like things look halfway decent. And I'm probably going to hear back from Brackenhawk when this is all done. Like, you didn't... This is wrong. Like, for instance, I just remembered that I forgot to actually do the white... Like, the top of this is not... I can't even point it out. The top of this is not filled in. That's just clear background right now, so I actually need to fix that still. The very gentle way he spoke. I mean, I feel like I am to a certain extent. I have a very calming voice, I like to think, when I'm not yawning. I don't know, some of these just look dumb to me. Should all of these one, like... I don't know. I'm gonna just stare at the screen for a little bit and try to figure out what to do. It's a 2 Starbucks trip kind of day. I mean, I certainly had coffee. I certainly want more coffee. I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon, but I'm just very unsure about my life. Let me just go back for a hot second. Let me just go back for a hot second. What was I doing there? I don't even... Why was I don't know. I don't know what I was doing there. I don't know where I'm technically at in this again, but I've got the line work back on. Because this is what, yeah, that's what it looks like without any line work. Which actually looks kind of cool. If I wasn't recreating the texture, I'd be like, alright, do that. That's neat. But I do want it to be good. I think I just need to literally just like duplicate some lines here and just go that route for a line there. There we go. There, that's that one I wanted that whole time. Fixed, solved, one problem down the drain. Sometimes my solutions, I make my solutions harder than they need to be. I think I'm going to scoot this out a bit. Oh, no, wrong button. Let me highlight both of these and scoot the whole line out a bit more. Make that a little bit more... I don't know. I don't know if that looks bad or not. Maybe it does. I just feel like my texture looks so simple compared to the original, but I don't want to, like, blur the line work. Like, the original texture looks kind of muddy because of it, because of how it's done. I don't know. Oh, I did just realize, though. These are not right here. These have not been done. No, stop with the line work for a second. Fill. Oh wait, no, I did fill them. I just didn't fill them with the right color. Here we go. We'll go ahead and have those be the... Maybe that does need to be the yellow. It's so hard looking at, like, the lower res picture and kind of figuring out how you want to do some of this stuff. Maybe I should just round off my line work. In some ways that looks better. Some things I need to clean up then, like this. But I could also, like, just... No, I can't do that because I'm on a different layer. Oh, crap. There we go. There we go. Well, that was fixed. Minor crisis averted. Don't want my lines sticking up out of here. There's probably a way to just, like, connect all these lines perfectly with each other. Don't really know what it is, I'll be honest. I'm a level with ya. Don't know what it is, so... Where? There we go. I was like, how? Bam. What? Okay, it just wasn't loading for some reason. Stuff sticking off the canvas, again, doesn't matter so much because that's going to be cut off anyways, but... Why? Why is this loading weirdly like that sometimes? Like, sometimes I want to zoom out and see what I'm looking at. This is... It's looking pretty decent. It just doesn't... I don't know. It doesn't have the pizzazz the original one does. Like, the original one has, like, a lot of depth to it that I'm just, like, missing. Which part of this is, like, you... Can you please... What is this? Why is that note even there? That's weird. We're gonna just grab both of those. Can I, like... What the heck? There's like a weird node there that I don't understand what it is. Just do this for both. There we go. It's fine. Nobody knows the difference. Nobody knows that there's two nodes there. Weirdly. I'm looking for anything else weirdly sticking out. Any line work that's sticking out in the picture or something that shouldn't be. Is there any fill work that's, like, not filled perfectly? Why is that not... Why are some of these, like, not rounded? Why? It's so weird. I guess No, because that was line... Well... I don't know. Huh. I don't know what much more to... I don't know what to do with this so much at this point. I'm noticing subtle problems though. Like these are like angled, so this should be like... This should be more like this, which I can fix the fill there in a second. So I guess this is supposed to look more like, I guess, I don't know what to call those, but like where these are sticking out. And this almost is supposed to look more like a, like a stairway, maybe? To get up into the door? Like this is a walking, like, or this is like a wall or something, and then the stairway is going up to the door? I feel like I should just go off of these first and foremost, because they're in the forefront. I think. It's so hard. It's so hard to like figure out what their direction was with this, because that kind of looks like a staircase there, but I think these kind of towers stuck out in front of it, so I think that's not crazy of me to want to do that change. Ah. I think this was higher up. I think that's part of my issue, is like the towers. There should have been more of this. What if I make it... The towers should have been more symmetrical. I am like seeing so many flaws in what I did. The tower should have been more symmetrical. Oops. What am I doing? Again, I can fix the gaps and stuff, but let me... fix the line work first. This music's so happy and peaceful. There, that looks... I was like, why does this look so wrong? It's because they were not even. Which they don't have to be perfectly even in some cases, but with that happening, they really needed to be. They still jut out more, but I'm, again, artistic liberties. Because I think that looks better. Okay, let me go into the fill and fix that. We just unlocked the fill layer. There we go. And I'll just literally just stretch these over where they need to be. Like, don't look at that. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't look at the weird white parts that are supposed to be filled there. It's fine. Oops. Wrong button. Ugh. Oh, my old eyes. Did we cover all that up? Cool. This should be pretty easy to... Oops. Make sure you grab all the nodes, boys and girls. There you go. Now you would know the difference. Now I actually gotta fill in the top of this because otherwise it's not gonna have... That's like completely transparent there, so... Let me do one more adjustment to the line work here. Why didn't it? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer still. There we go. Maybe it doesn't need to be right on the edge there. Hold on, let me pull that out just a bit. As long as it closes the gaps so it fills properly, I don't care. This music is, once again, like, I really like the music has turned out to be like really nice for this stream. I've been enjoying it. Why is it not? Why is it not? Oh, I just wasn't seeing it. There we go. It just needs to be white, right? Right? I'm gonna actually make this just... You know, I have an even better solution. Forget that. Forget that weird sort of like line work at the top. I'm just making a really dumb approach to this. Forget that. Right below the fill, below current, we're just gonna add a box of white. It doesn't even have to be like the perfect dimensions because, again, it'll be cut off. But as long as it covers up the background, it'll be fine. Nobody will know the difference. I'm actually decently happy with that in the end. I think it did turn out pretty good. I mean, you guys be the judge. It seemed like it was meant to be a very simplistic sort of thing. Anyways, the line art, it was supposed to be a lot of emphasis on lines. I feel like, so hopefully you guys think that looks good enough in the end. I guess we could check, and and see how it like repeats, because right at the moment it will like look bad for like a moment. But hold on, we will export. Let me kind of hide my screen for a minute. Boop. Let me export. Actually, I have a better solution to this. Instead of hiding the whole thing, I'll just go full screen because it won't show that on my full screen anyways. Texture project. I know it's time to wrap up. I know I'm working on it. Skyline paper. We're gonna export the page, not the drawing. If I was exporting the drawing, it would be whatever was on the whole thing. But if I export the page, it's just the canvas. So I think, hold on, let me switch back here. Let me boot this up so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. So yeah, so if I exported the drawing, it would be like the whole thing, anything visible, and the page is just the canvas here. So we'll go ahead and export. Cool. Gonna hide again. Actually, yes, I'm gonna hide again. We will import that image and see how it like works alongside others. Because how they actually do the textures, this is this is the one that I just imported in, the finished product with all the edges cut off and everything. I guess it should just be a like flat cut off and everything. Back from getting ready for work. Thank you. I'm kind of seeing how well it like lines up. It shouldn't have any lines or anything. So I'm very scared. I might have to work on that actually. Because it should just line up right next to this, because that's how the paper and the textures pack works. So, oops. Wrong one. Still wrong one. What am I doing? There we go. So there is a bit of a line there. I gotta clean that up, but that should pretty much, one should just like overlap the other and make a completed image and then just be looping like that. That's how it should work, because that's how those work. So I just gotta make sure that the lines are all the way off the screen, which is fine. I'll do that off screen. I may have to fix some of the window work, like in the center there. These should all line up to be like perfect windows there, which I can do some technical wizardry for that and everything. But for the most part, I guess it did kind of turn out actually. It's not awful. So hopefully here, maybe in the next texture pack update, the skyline texture will be included and fixed. I'm actually I really am happy with how well this has turned out. Again, I gotta do a little bit of tweaking to make sure it works exactly how we want it to yeah, because it should be, I mean, it's not that bad. I just may pull that window out some a little bit, but I can change that pretty easily. So yay, that's cool. Oh, actually, let me check it on this side too, because I may have to fix it on both sides of the image. Yeah, I'll have to. But that's cool. That's really neat. I like it. I like that we sat down and took the time. Thank you to everybody that actually like hung around to watch that project. Like I said, I got to clean up the actual lines so that the borders are clear. You're not going to have like these lines going down on the paper. Otherwise, that's pretty much complete, and that's really exciting. That actually does, like, look, taking a step back, I'm like, you know what? That actually doesn't look awful. So that's really, really exciting. Let me find somebody to raid really quick. This feels good. That was like 2 hours. That really was like 2 hours, 20 minutes working on that texture. I'm sure some people could have done it faster, but oh, and I just noticed I actually kind of want this part. I want this part to actually come in front of, well, maybe not, because that does seem like a building down there, like more in the forefront, so maybe not. I don't know. I'll do some tweaking, but for the most part, the texture's done. I feel really good about that. Pretty happy with the end result. So, yes. Let me find somebody to raid. Thank you, everybody, so much for hanging out and watching me do this. I really didn't expect people to watch for this long, but maybe I'm relaxing to listen to. Who knows? I don't. But I really had a lot of fun with that. Let me find somebody to raid. Let me go to another crafty channel. Raid. It was must chill, and I'm living. I have hiccups. I don't know why I have hiccups. I haven't been like I haven't been breathing. I haven't been talking like too rapidly, and that's usually what gives me hiccups, but I don't know. Oh well, anyways, we're gonna raid Fairy Wings. She does like a lot of chainmail crafty stuff, so go check her out. I will see you all tomorrow, and we may do more of this. Maybe we'll do different types of textures and stuff, but we'll start with Animal Crossing at the very least. Maybe tomorrow we'll work on my like channel like border and stuff that I actually really want to do. I want to do some Animal Crossing themed channel border stuff. So if you want to see me kind of work on that maybe tomorrow, then stay tuned for that. Until next time though, guys, I will talk to you all later. Bye bye.